Don't mind me, just being a weirdo. Hopefully the camera isn't shaking. I tried to wait until it was done shaking before I started anything. There's still a ton of confusion about our income and how I handle things. So I wanted to go over how I pre-budget, basically. I have this on Google Sheets. That's what I use. I use Google Sheets for everything. And Google Sheets, Google Docs, the like. I use that for everything. It's just easier for me. I don't know why. But anyway, so don't mind any of the mess that's on the desk. I've been working on my freshies. So anyway, so I wanted to make this video. Hopefully it won't be too long. Today is what day is it? Where's my phone? My little stand here. Don't mind me. Hot Mess Express. Hey. Anyway. So, what's today? Today is August 23rd. You will probably see this. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. And you will probably see this in a couple of hours. So, I wanted to do this because there's still a whole lot of questions like, okay. I just wanted to insert a little voiceover right here. I wanted to explain our income, and I completely saw something shiny and didn't finish explaining it. So my husband gets a check every month from VA for his disability that he received, from the military, and then he also has a full-time job working as a cable tech. He makes about $33 an hour, and he does get overtime most times. However, sometimes it's not there. I am a small business owner. I go to vendor shows, I go to flea markets, I go to farmers markets, things like that. I also bake. That's another business. They're kind of two separate entities, but the same. I bake to sell, and then I have Etsy. So my husband's money pays all of the bills. He pays all the bills, and he pays the debt. My money does all the cash stuffing. So when you see me cash stuffing, that's just what I've made from my side hustles that I have. So that I just wanted to explain our income. So 3340 times 40 times 2. So, okay. What I do is on payday, so his next payday will be August 30th, which will be in 1 week, 2023. And I usually do this on Google Docs, and it usually adds everything up for me. So, Anyway, what I do is I take an average of what his paychecks usually are, depending on the amount of overtime that he works. Most people do it on what they would get without overtime. As long as I know he's getting overtime, I will add in a little bit extra so that I can have an idea about how much I can pay off. So like I said, he makes about $33.40 an hour. And I know for a fact he's going to have about 20, let's see. He's probably going to have about 22 plus hours of OT just in the last 2 weeks for this pay period. I don't know if there's going to be any bonuses. I don't know any of that. So what I would roughly do is I'm going to say, his pay would be $26.72 before taxes if he made $33.40 an hour, and that's 80 hours. So, and I know he's going to get 21 hours. I think it's 22 hours of overtime, which is time and a half. So that's an additional $11.02. So before taxes, it would be about $37.74, and that's, they're going to take $1,100 easy in taxes and um, 401k, medical insurance, dental insurance, health, the 9 yards. So I know he'll probably get more than this, but I'm going to guesstimate that he's going to make $2,400. That's my guesstimate. Now, if I know he doesn't have any OT, then I'm going to guesstimate that at 2,000. That's what I usually guesstimate, and it's usually pretty close because he makes 2672 ish before taxes, and because he doesn't have any overtime, they don't take as much taxes out. They tax you to death when you get overtime. So we're not going to put any other deposits down. We don't have any. We are not expecting any. I'm going to pretend like we don't have any carryover at this moment. So we're just going to go with $2,400 for this payday. I'm sure it's going to be more. His last paycheck that had pretty close to the same amount of OT was 28 something, and it'll probably be about 2,800. And if it is, then we will just take that extra that I didn't budget for, and put it towards the debt that we're paying off. Which the first thing we are paying right this minute is the Ally card. And that was at $3,500. I paid $1,000 towards it last payday, which was a week ago. So it's about $2,500. So, if we can get another $700 or $800 paid towards it, that'd be amazing. But we'll see when he gets paid. But this is what I do. I just kind of project about how much he's going to make, and I sometimes sit here and do this for 2 years. Like, I'll project what's going to happen in about 2 years. I typically know what the slow months are when he doesn't get a whole lot of OT. And now it's not a full picture. It's not an accurate picture. But it kind of gives you a sense of where you're going to be at with your debt payoff and things like that. Back to the subject at hand. So what I do is I write down all of the bills that are due between the 30th and when he gets paid again, which is what? The 13th. So anything that's due between now and the 13th, unless it's a debt payment, I write down here. So I know exactly what's due and how much is due. So pay that day that he gets paid. This will be the next one I work on getting paid off because I've noticed that the interest rate is pretty high. So then, Ally is the credit card I'm working on paying off. Now, this payment is not due until the 22nd of every month. So this payment here will be an extra payment. So this is debt. This is the debt amount. I don't specifically highlight it or make big, huge notations with it. I don't see that as necessary. Not for my records. The credit card or the loan or the debt or whatever it is that I'm working on in that moment is the one I put all of our extra funds towards. So this is how I do this. I hope you can see this. So we got $2,400 here. I'm going to add this up. So that's $2,086.12 from here to here. So that would give me $313.88 to pay towards debt. However, I'm only going to pay $300 for now. If this is more than $2,400, everything above and beyond $2,400 is going to go to this debt. And you'll see that when I actually do the budget, the real budget. Right now, this is just a temporary budget. I have all of these different sheets down at the bottom with my Google Sheets, and every sheet has a different day or a different payday on it. And every single payday is already mapped out for 2 entire years. So if something changes or something gets canceled or something gets paid off, then I just go forward and I delete it from the Google Sheet so that I know that it's been paid off. And when I do the month-to-month check-in, I do a sheet. I'll be doing a sheet to show where my debt started and where my debt ended for that month. So you all will see how much debt I paid off. There's been a ton of amazing suggestions, and I appreciate every single suggestion. I honestly, truly do. I appreciate every single suggestion. And I am using and implementing a bunch of those suggestions, but I can't use all of them. So basically, the leftover here will just be a buffer in my checking account for now. This is how I leave it. So basically, this all ends up being, so the checking account balance is $2,400. This ends up being $2,400, and then I have a carryover of 0 because every dollar has a job. And like I said, if this ends up being $2,800 or $3,000 or whatever, everything that's above and beyond, everything that's right here goes to this debt. So if this ends up being $2,800, this will actually be $700. If this is $3,000, that'll be $900. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I do it. And like I said, I do all of this. I pre-plan all of my budget for 2 years in advance. And I just put it all down in. And then as the months go by, I can tweak it and fix it and work it. And then when he actually gets paid, then I put the true numbers in here. And on these variable things, like this is variable. This is the only thing that's kind of variable on, well, and this is variable. So on these variable things, this is just a guesstimate. Well, this one's actually true because they've already sent me my email telling me how much my payment is going to be. But this one will change. This one will change. And it's probably going to be more. And I may have to fluctuate this a little bit. That's why I like to keep a buffer. And I may keep a little bit larger of a buffer if I haven't found out how much this is going to be yet before I pay this bill. So I might leave another $100 in the account just as a buffer. And then if I don't need it, then I'll just roll it over into the next pay period and use it to pay towards debt or whatever. So that's how I do that. It's just the way I've done it. And it's not the reason why we are in debt. The way that I budget has nothing to do with the reason why we're in debt. Not following the budget, shopping too much, eating out too much. That's the reason why we are in debt. It has nothing to do with the way I budget or anything like that. However, with the new way that I'm doing my life, like doing the planning with the planner and all that stuff, I can feel a difference in me already, and it's only been a few days. I'm feeling more accomplished. I'm getting more things done. I feel less heavy on my shoulders. I'm exhausted every day because I'm doing so much. However, my house is looking better. My mental status is starting to feel a lot better. My anxiety is down. I'm less cranky. I'm less irritable. And that's just from planning my life out for a few days. I can't wait to see what happens when I've done this for months, weeks, years. So, yes. There have been a ton of amazing, great suggestions, and I love every single bit of it. There's just a wealth of knowledge out there, and I am loving seeing all of these suggestions and the knowledge and the experience and all of that. So I really do appreciate it. I really do. I just wanted to say that I really do appreciate everything that you guys are doing. You're really lifting me up, and you're really holding me accountable, and you are bringing me positive vibes and just making me feel good about life. And this is exactly why I'm doing this, because it's helping me. And I'm hoping that along the way that I'm being helped, somebody else is being helped as well. So that's my goal, is to help in any way I can, and help myself too. So anyway, I'm sure I've rambled long enough. And I really hope that this explained some stuff. I'll just show you. This is September. This down here are all the events that I'm doing in September. This is all of the cookies and crafts and things like that I have to have made by 9/19. By September 19th, I have to have all of this completed, along with my rest of my monthly things or daily things that I have to do. This all has to be completed in a month. So, if I don't add a bunch of extra stuff that I don't feel necessary, this is why. Because I literally just don't have time. I've got to keep it simple as possible. And so yeah, that's that. As you can see, my only goal for September is to survive. That's my top priority, is to survive this. Wish me luck. So, yeah. This is today. This is everything I've done today. Well, I haven't finished that. This is not going to happen. I just don't have time. Put it on another day. But yeah. I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. As always, I love you. And I hope to see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, do all the things, and come back and watch more. Bye, guys.